joining. ఏమంటారు? Is it okay, Siva garu and Srinivas garu? Should we start or should we wait for a couple of minutes?
No, you can go ahead because I think you will take a couple of questions. All these things are there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So good morning, everybody. So we are at the third session of this couples workshop, and thanks for joining again. And today's session. So yesterday in the first two sessions, we have explored on like what is the fundamental, what is the relationship, human to human relationship, what does it look like, and how important is the right understanding. So let me share my screen. So we saw that, I mean, we tried to see where we are and where we want to be. So we want our relationship to be like a very harmonious one, mutually respecting and understanding and supporting, contributing, acknowledging. So all these nice things that we want in a relationship. But unfortunately, we are ending up into a lot of confusions or conflicts or negativity, anger, intolerability, etc. So we tried to investigate into why. And so the proposal here was like so often we think that more physical facilities, a better house will solve our problems, or a better salary or a better job will solve my problems, I can be more happy and all. So for that reason, the effort goes into more and improving more and more physical facilities. But the proposal here is that, I mean, we also observed, like you all said, that no, like any amount of physical facilities may help, but not definitely remove these issues. So so the proposal here was that right understanding of the relationship is required in order to achieve this harmonious state in the relationship. So if we have the right understanding of how a human relationship is, then we can participate in the right way in this relationship, and hence do our part of the fulfillment, and um, and hence bring the other to comfort also. So the other is also comfortable and I am comfortable because I am doing the fulfillment part at least. So now the right understanding of the relationship, we went into like understand, and we also noted that although we acknowledge that like right understanding is the most important thing for relationships, we put most of our efforts in physical facilities. So the point to think here was that we need to put efforts in right understanding, and like you all are like rightly doing, there are many other ways, but this is also one way to explore what is the right understanding about relationships. So these proposals we are putting in front of you, these will help like observe the life and reality through these principles, just like there are laws of nature, the laws of physics, right? Like you throw a stone, it will come back to earth. It's a law. So somebody gave that law to us, and then we can observe it. So when we throw a stone, it comes back, oh yeah, this is true. So we gain confidence as we see more and more of it. Similarly, when these proposals are made to us, we go back to our life and we see how life is unfolding and how it's happening in real life. We implement these. So when if it is leading to happiness, then we kind of, our confidence, and we realize these proposals, that okay, these are true proposals. Otherwise they will remain as proposals and just some information that we have received. So there are there's a lot of information on YouTube, a lot of information on in books, in scriptures, and everywhere there's a lot of information. But ultimately what we experience is what remains. So for us to be able to experience, we have to try and implement this in our life, and then only it stays with otherwise it, when we listen, it looks good, looks nice, but then we forget it the next moment. So that's what happens. And we also noted that right understanding is not just about relationships. We need right understanding about myself, my body, my family, society, and nature also. In this workshop we are dealing with the right understanding about the relationships part, so that in family there will be fulfillment in relationships with the right feelings. And talking about feelings, we said that there are like multiple feelings that are there, and we are going to define these feelings in the relationship. So we said trust and respect are the foundational feelings. So based on these, the rest of the feelings can evolve. And it's very important for any relationship for us to have the right understanding about trust and respect, so that we can have these feelings first place. Actually, the proposal is that these feelings are there. They are there in us towards the other. We just need to recognize them and fulfill them. So the trust is there, but it is shadowed by a lot of conditioning, a lot of upbringing, a lot of beliefs and prejudices. So it is kind of uh, it is like a layer is blocking us from seeing the reality, whereas that feeling is already there. Similarly, respect also, in yesterday's session, in the evening session, you must have seen what respect is, but we'll also kind of summarize once today. So, and we'll also briefly mention about the other feelings. So if we have the trust and respect in us, first of all, then we are at comfort. So if I have the trust on the other, I am comfortable. And if I am comfortable, I can respond to the other in a fulfilling way, in a complementary way, in a positive way. Whereas if I don't have the trust on the other, it will lead to all kinds of negativity and negative behavior from me. Also, not just behavior from me, but within me also, I will be struggling if I don't have these right feelings in me. These feelings, somebody said, selfish. It's in a sarcastic way or a funny way. It's very good to be selfish if we really have these feelings in us. If we have the feeling of trust in me, if we have the feeling of respect in me, nothing like it. But it's very challenging to have these feelings in us, and in a constant way, without any some moments I have trust, oh, but it breaks very easily. That kind of a thing is not helpful. We need to have a continuous feeling. So that's the challenge. For having this feeling, first of all, to have the feeling of trust and respect, we need to have a right understanding about them. What exactly is this trust and what exactly is the respect? So for that, we have uh, like you saw a set of questions right yesterday, as to like uh, who is wishing for what. So there was a question. uh, so there was a question about, um, I want the other to be happy always. So for this we said, everybody said yes, 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 we want the other to be happy. Then there was a question about the other wants me to be happy always. Some of us said yes, some of us said not sure, some of us said can't tell. There is some uncertainty about this. This uncertainty is exactly the lack of trust. When we are talking about ourselves, we are saying, oh yeah, I've always, yeah, we are only talking about wish here, not the ability. We're not talking about the ability of, I am not able to make the other happy always, nor the other is able to. First of all, I can't keep myself happy. Obviously, I can't keep the other happy. Similarly, other can't keep himself or herself happy, and the other cannot keep me also happy. So, ability wise, there is a lack of ability for all of us towards each other and for us also. But wish wise, the want wise, the proposal here is that the other wants me to be happy. This is true all the time, any point of time. So so the trust is defined as the assurance that the other want me to be happy continuously or always. So this assurance that the other wants me to be happy all the time is trust. If I have this assurance, then I have the feeling of trust. If I don't have this assurance, then I don't have the feeling of trust. And sorry, and it manifests in different ways. Like if this assurance is there, then my behavior is different. If this assurance is not there, my behavior is different. For example, so I'm going on a road. I know that there is a, there is a man who is mentally disturbed or something. He's blabbering some, uh, words, and some bad words he uttered at me. Will we feel bad? Can you give your answer in the chat window? We know that that person is mentally unstable, and we are going on a road and he's blabbering something and uttering some bad words at us. Will we feel bad? Right? We ignore and we don't feel so bad. But if the same words are uttered by our spouse, will we feel bad? The same bad words or same, um, you know, negative words, or we feel bad, right? Because why are we feeling bad when our spouse says, whereas we are not feeling that bad when that person on the road is saying it, or some person who is mentally unstable is doing it? Because when that when the person who is mentally unstable is doing it, we are not doubting the intent of the person. We are only saying, okay, this person has some problems and hence he is doing this. I don't have to really bother about it. But when our spouse is doing it, my wife is doing it, or my your husband is doing it, it hurts. The pain that gets generated is because at that moment we lost the trust on the spouse. The assurance that the other wants me to be happy is gone for that moment when we feel that pain. Please try to see this in reality when it is happening. You may think that, oh, how can I lose it? Like, this is of my spouse. Of course I know that she or he wants me to be happy. But the matter of fact is, if that assurance was there, my response would be different. In a responsible way, it would be there. I would be concerned. Why is he or she doing this? Is something wrong with her? Is she not feeling well, or is she just tired, or is she, do I need to take some care? There may be multiple ways of response. There's no one way to respond. But the thing is, when I have the feeling of trust, I will respond in a constructive way. But if this assurance is not there, immediately, first of all, I'll feel the pain, and then my reaction also would be accordingly. So yeah, please try to observe this. And the proposal here is that the other, so by very nature of human beings, at the core, we all are similar. Like, we are same at the core. We all want each other to be happy. For that is the reason, when I asked this question, I want the other to be happy always, without any blink of an eye. You said that, yes, I want the other to be happy, and you all said it. There's not even a single person who said no. Right? Where is this coming from? So there is an innateness in us, deep within, where, which is untouchable. Like, we want the harmony. Similarly, the other in the first session also, when we said how we want the relationship to be, you all said the same thing. You didn't say different things. Oh no, I want some you know fights, or I want some unhappiness. We don't wish for those things. We want harmony and happiness, and complementarity, helping each other, having fun, all those things. So what is that is common between all of us? There is an innateness in each of us, which is telling us this, that I want the other to be happy. So the point is, this is there in the other also, your spouse also. We are unable to see this part of our spouse. We are only seeing the ability part or competence part. Oh, I did so much work. I swept the floor, I washed the dishes, and she comes and says, uh, you know, oh, you didn't mop the floor, or something like that. and if you were expecting that, okay, she would like praise you, or you would expect that she would appreciate you, and she for some reason she couldn't, let's say, appreciate you. So it is kind of lacking in the competence part, right? Not in the intention part. So when that happens, for example, you could, like, if you have the right feelings, we could respond in a different way. We could say, did you notice that the dishes are done? Did you notice that I swept the floor? Okay, yeah, I didn't mop, but the other parts are all done, ma'am. So did you notice? So the humor also, the sense of humor, the fun, and all that will come only when the feeling is right. If our feeling is wrong and we are hurt, there is no space for sense of humor or in a relationship. The response could be in 100 ways, positive ways, if we have this right feeling, and that will come only if we are able to see this innateness in the other, that the other also wants me to be happy. Ability wise, we all have some abilities more, some abilities less. I may be good at something, the other may be good at something. um, so but at the intention space, we are all the same. Any questions on this before we go into the respect topic?
I have one small doubt. Like in the beginning, you were referring to trust and respect, which we
Mm.
have to develop, right? And also
Yeah.
some selfishness you were hinting about. Like, may I know, like, trust and respect, how would it coincide
No,
with?
no, no, no. That is just a joke. Actually, I mean, truly selfish is like, if you really have, want to have the right feelings in that set. If you really look within, you want to have the right feelings within you. That's what I mean by that. Like, to have trust and respect, to take care
Uh-huh.
of your own self. Like, you will be happy first of all if you have the right feelings within you.
Uh-huh.
Not we
Yeah,
are
yeah, I get
we are
that. No, not as a joke, but even that is actually making sense. Like, I just wanted some light on it. Like, we have to,
like so we
put that in the
what I was
front.
saying is, we don't take care of ourselves also. So when
Ourselves,
I'm
yeah,
losing when we lose trust, who is the first person who is in pain?
exactly. Yeah,
Right? You are the
yeah,
first person, we are
yeah,
the first persons who is at pain. So in that sense, we are not being selfish, I'm saying.
yes,
Try to be
yes,
selfish, be happy first, and then you can
yeah.
help the other also be happy.
Okay, so
but
just
for
one.
but for Yeah,
Hmm,
but for that we need to have this, as we see more and more, as we see try to implement this more and more in life, the more
hmm,
and more I have the confidence that I can see clearly that my spouse wants to be happy, and that is not wavering, it's not shaking. So suppose when they are being nice, I can see that they want me to be happy. But when they rubbed on the wrong side, so then I am immediately triggered. So they talk about, let's say,
exactly.
my parents or something bad about my parents, I'm triggered. No, my assurance is gone immediately, right? So
How
that
can we
means
be
that
neutral
trust.
in that case? How can
Sorry.
we be neutral in that case? Like, not to get triggered or not to.
That's what. So to be able to see this, if you're able to see this, so some things like can be resolved, may not be even resolved at that point of time. So if for example, the person is saying something, let's say I went to market, suppose, and if I buy something and come home, I will get scoldings for buying the wrong things, suppose. Okay. If I
Hmm,
call from the market asking for every small clarification, then all of the so I'll get scoldings. Why are you calling so many times for clarifications? So either ways, there is it is happening. Suppose it's happening again and again and again. So then I need to think, okay, there is something. So before going to market itself, I need to clearly find out what I need to buy. Otherwise, somehow she is not happy about me calling and disturbing. She's cooking or doing something for the kids, and if I keep calling again and again, then she gets triggered or it. So when I see these repeated things, or when I talk up something not so good about my her parents or my in-laws or something, let's say I'm seeing that she's getting very angry and triggered, so then I need to observe these things, that she's not able to take any feedback about, let's say, her relatives, then okay, fine, I need to be careful in my words. So it's also about improving my ability in the relationship. But
Mm.
the fundamental thing is the feelings need to be the assurance need to be there, then only we can work on these competence parts. If I am like if I'm if I'm irritated, or if I am also unhappy, and the status quo will remain even after 10 years or 20 years or 30 years of marriage. Even still after 30 years of marriage, if I go to market, I will make it scoldings if I am not fixing
Yeah,
these things, right?
complacent enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, so we have to like work on the competence of the person. Like everybody has some pluses and everybody has some minuses, right? So we sometimes we think that, oh, we are at a higher pedestal because, oh, I'm talking about these nice things about trust, respect, I know a lot of things. The other doesn't know anything about these things and all, so we over evaluate. I'll come to that in the respect part. But
Mm.
so everybody has their own abilities. So I can't do some things, the other can do some things better. I may be able to do some things better and the other may not be. So it's that complementarity that we are looking for. And we
Exactly.
can complement each other well, only again the same thing, that I have to be fulfilling the relationship properly, and the other also has to. But again, like, I need to say that this fulfillment we are talking about is only from our side. There's no guarantee that the other will also respond in the same way. Don't be disappointed if the other is not responding, but at
Mm.
least we need to note that we are comfortable and we are able to make the other comfortable in this. Definitely it'll take positive direction, but may take time also at times.
Yes, like what observation I felt was like when we are in the outside world, like in front of a third person, we are so nice because we know we are going to be judged. But when it comes to the inside house, we know
Yeah,
that this person is always going to be there, and we
yeah,
may get into a comfort zone. Yeah,
yeah.
thank
we
you.
show we show all our shades to the spouse, not to the others.
Yes.
Any other questions on trust? And another point I want to make is, if we have this assurance of the intention, we can be proactive in our relationship even before the other is asking for something. I can proactively work on my fulfillment part, like fulfilling the wishes, fulfilling or improving the competence part, or it could be anything. So that being proactive also will come into picture. First of all, if I am comfortable, humor also will come into picture only if I am comfortable, right? So, and often what happens is that we try to give lecture in the fit of the moment, so that doesn't work. You know okay, so if there are no any other questions on trust, or okay, all right, if there are no other questions, then let's briefly look at respect. So trust, we said, is the assurance that the other wants me to be happy all the time. Respect is about right evaluation. So the feeling that we get after rightly evaluating the other is respect. So when we evaluate the other, okay, so the first question is, what is the goal of the other? If I ask, so the goal of the other is to be happy and prosperous all the time, continuously. Second question about the program, the goal. Sorry, 1 second. So the program to achieve this happiness is right understanding, getting the right understanding and living according to it at all levels of our life. And so these are proposals. Okay, and then the potential is, I have the this thinking ability to think, ability to desire, and ability to plan, etc. Okay, so I have desiring, thinking, choosing, etc. Okay, and then the fourth one is the um how much okay, let's come to the next part. So about me, about myself, if I see, that's about you. First one, is your goal also the same, to be happy and prosperous all the time? Can you respond in the chat window? The other's goal in life is to be happy and prosperous continuously. Is your goal also the same? Yes. Okay. Yes. And to achieve this goal, the other here is like the spouse. Your spouse's goal is also to be happy and prosperous continuously. And to achieve that, she needs to gain right understanding, and I also need to gain right understanding, right? Is that true? Is your program also the same as the other? Can you respond in the chat window? Yes. So the program is also same, and the potential is also same. So just like I have the faculty to think, desire, and choose, etc., the other also has the same faculties. So what this evaluation says is the other is like me. So my spouse is also like me. There's not much difference between me and my spouse. So just because I have a bigger degree, or just because I am coming from an affluent family, or just because I am looking more so-called handsome, or something else, or my physique is good, doesn't bring me anything more. The goal, that respect is about right evaluation, and how we evaluate the person is important. So we are evaluating the person based on these things: the goal, the program, and the potential. All three are same. So the other is just like me. So what's the difference between the me and the other? The potential that is there, how much I have realized, may be different between me and the other. So I may have realized some more potential on, let's say for example, in the field called teaching, I may have realized some more potential. And in the field of, for example, organizing, she is conducting events, for example, she is more capable than me. Or I may be more um, you know capable in software programming, suppose. So she may be more capable in um, something accounts or finance or HR or something like that. So the potentials are different in different dimensions. How much we realize this potential may be different. How much or right about this understanding. So potential is not about just skills like coding or programming or these things about teaching. Potential is about the understanding level, like how much of right understanding I have gained, or how much of right understanding she has gained. So suppose I have more right understanding in fulfilling the relationships. She may be good at health aspect. I may be good at individual level, like clarity and all. She may be good at participation in nature and society. So we can complement each other about our potential. So we learn from each other, and we complement each other, and that will come again at the fundamental level, if there is a respect that my spouse is also like me. This is often missed out. This it looks so simple, but it's often missed out, because the word "you don't know anything" comes very often in conversations, right? That is coming because that means I have over evaluated myself, that I know a lot of things, you don't know them, right? I know a lot of things about Jivan Vidya, I know a lot of things about self and relationships and all, you don't know anything about it, right? So we over evaluate us, and we don't accept and apologize so easily also. That's also one of the reasons in relationships there are so many you know, lack of empathy in relationships, because it's not so easy to say that, oh, if I, you know, I failed in, you know, managing the kids today at the playground, I could have done better. It's not so easy to say that. We over evaluate ourselves and often under evaluate the other. So for example, I'm doing the dishes. Okay, if I wash dishes, I'm so environment conscious that I will use very less water and clean the dishes. I may make this statement, but the fact is, she is the one who is doing 90% of the time, and I do only 10% of the time, right? So we over evaluate ourselves. Oh, if I were going to do it, I would have saved so much matter, water. It's all theory and, you know, talking things, but practically she may be more able than me. We often under evaluate the other, right? So in this way, right evaluation leads to the feeling of respecting the other, and that right evaluation is that the other is also like me. So when the other is also like me, I recognize their incompetences, I recognize their inabilities, I recognize their strengths, I recognize that, you know, we are all trying to do the same thing, that is to be happy. We and we work together as a team if we recognize this. So any questions on this?
Here the crux is, what if the other person fails to understand me?
Yeah. Yeah, very important point. So, and this is where we often get, you know, stuck. So like first thing is, the, you know, the onus is on me. Like first thing is, first of all, achieving the right feelings in me is a big challenge. First of all, that itself creates an environment for a lot of positive things to happen in the relationship, if I am able to achieve these two right feelings in me. But still, that doesn't mean that the other will start acknowledging, or, you know, responding in the way, in a fulfilling manner. So suppose, you know, you identify a lack of competence in some area, uh, in a long term basis, not like at the moment, like saying this is good or this is not good, this is right or this is wrong. We can try to work on the competence of the other also. Like for example, if he or she is interested in, you know, health area, you know, she can we can encourage her to go into, for example, attending something, learning something more about health, going deep into the health area, and, you know, being so, we are basically building the ability, or enabling the other to build their ability. We are not building their ability, we are just creating the environment for others also to improve their competence, and as they improve their competence in some areas, their ability to perform in other, you know, these things also will improve. Whether it, for example, the other may not be interested in, you know, Jivan Vidya. So other, if the other is interested in Isha or art of living or some other space, please encourage, let them, you know, let them go and participate wherever they want to. Wherever there is scope for improving, you know, we should encourage the other, is what I would say. And ultimately, how it will not do any, you know, do magic in the short term, but in long term, at least, you know, there is a scope that the other also, if you think that the other's abilities, you know, often we judge too much on the other's ability, but if we really think that, you know, that ability needs to be improved, then these are some ways. But when will I do these things? First target is my feelings. If my feelings are good, then only I can do these things. So the challenge, I would say, is us ourselves, but at the same time proactively working on the relationship. So it's my responsibility to improve the competence of the other also. So I will plan on improving the competence of the other. If there is a wellness workshop, if there is some other workshop, it could be even religious things also. Like for example, there are so many things in the religious, we often, you know, do the chanting but don't go into the meaning. So if there are opportunities to go into the meaning of those chants, those are opportunities. So it depends on where, what the tastes of the other are, likes or of the other are. We can encourage, you know, to, the other also to grow and evolve along with us. we also need to evolve, the other also need to evolve. The most important thing is constant effort. We just, we often, what happens is we leave the status quo. We just, think that okay, this is it, this has reached its some point, saturation point, and we don't put any, any more efforts on it. So in my opinion, I think constant effort, like for example attending this workshop is an effort that you all are doing to work on the relationship. Similarly, we all need to do whatever it is, reading books, or putting these efforts, or working with our spouse, asking the spouse constantly, what is it that you want me to do, be better, or what change in me will make you more happier, or will be more fulfilling for our relationship. With these conversations are often get missed out after a period of time, especially after the kids. And if once we get into a flow of getting them ready, feeding them, sending them to school, coming them back, doing the homework, sleeping, so the conversation between the husband and the wife kind of reduces, and the conversations on improving the relationship kind of die down. So it's important to maintain that constant effort on the relationship, is what I would think helps. Okay. And any other question? One more question I can take.
Here, I am keeping her, the spouse wishes always, and training myself continuously. I think maybe 15 years, for the last 15 years. But he is coming with more wishes, more things. How much time should we go on doing like this? What is the time limit? Or is there any time limit, or we should go on continuously doing this until the end?
Yeah, so I don't think there's any time limits are there. It's more like I said, we are okay, we are changing, or we are constantly molding ourselves to what they're wishing, suppose. Like I said, what is the effort that we are putting into evolving the other? That's what I was referring to. So if that effort is there, there's a chance that you know there would be more empathy in the relationship, there will be more you know acknowledgement in the relationship, right? If we don't put any efforts, and if we are just modifying ourselves to the other's wishes, then that's also kind of incomplete, right, in that sense. So I mean, there's no magic formula here, but if I were to personally think about it this way, then I would think that, like, I mean, this is my own example. So, for example, my wife, she was not interested in Jivan Vidya, or these kind of philosophical aspects, but she was interested in health. So she wanted to attend some health workshop. I encouraged her. She went and attended a health related workshop, and after that it completely helped me more than her. After that, attending that workshop, there's no sugar in the house, there's not a lot of things changed in the food in the house, and all that happened because she went and attended that. So she kind of improved at least on some aspect, and helped the overall environment in the house, right? So that way, I think if we encourage the other to whatever their interest is, whatever wherever they are, and as they improve their competence in various dimensions, the ability to like uh, work together in a relationship also, I think improves a lot. I would say this is one thing I'm trying. Maybe there are many other ways, but there's no magic formula there. But at least, like, if I understand the trust and respect properly, then um, uh, at least, like, my feelings can be assured, I can be at comfort, and I can. Yeah.
I have a question. What if um, encouraging doesn't work?
Mhm.
Like we try to encourage, try to understand for like 1 year, but it doesn't work.
I mean, there's no real time limit, I would say, but these things, I mean, these are like 20, 30 years of upbringings, right? We all come from different backgrounds, the different priorities, different value systems. So naturally, the tendencies would be different, and changing them overnight in a month or two, or even a year would be not so easy thing to do, I would say. So and so it may definitely take more time, and there's no time limit also. It may take the I mean a long time also.
Right.
Yeah, but in the process, the thing is, what is my state of affair? That's what I want to bring back again and again. So I'm saying this because this it creates an environment, like having the right feelings in me. So often we are you know like demeaning or under evaluating the other doesn't help the other to participate also in the in the relationship well. But if I have the right feelings, there is more chance for working together, and improving as a team, and as growing as a team. And often, like, we are also more like in a lecturing. I'm not saying you, but generally, like, one thing that I saw helped is, like, if instead of saying that this is wrong, it's always good to say, why, for example, some purchase. Let's say she has made some purchase something, and I'm trying to I usually don't try to find out. Suppose, why did you why, this is the wrong choice. Instead of saying that, this is going to lead to this, right? Like, for example, if we eat this, it's going to cause something to indigestion, or something like that, right? So a mode of inquiry is often missed out. We kind of always assume directly, and directly go into conclusions, and then give a statement without a mode of inquiry. So why exactly are we doing this today? Why is this a better option than that? Isn't that a better choice than this kind of mode of trying to find out the other's point of view is often missed out. We directly we kind of conclude on what the other has also thought through, and came to that conclusion. So often this trying to find out the other's point of view, and in the process the other may acknowledge or agree that, okay, yeah, what you said is correct, but I didn't think of it that way. I just got it this way. Next time, maybe the other will be more conscious. For example, clothes. So I mean, let's say I like organic cotton clothes for whatever, like environment reasons, or health reasons, etc., etc. And if the other is making purchases on, let's say, polyester or something, so then we can try to ask, like, isn't this more healthier than that? So is this less attractive, or what exactly? Why is it that we should go for this instead of this? We often don't even try to find out the reasons. We directly conclude that the other doesn't even know, is not environment conscious. I am the one who is environment conscious, and hence I start lecturing, right? So an inquiry will help the other also see that, okay, he's trying to find out my point of view. He's not like directly blaming me, not pointing out at me, and he's trying to see my point of view. And the other may be more open to acknowledge that, okay, yeah, your choice is a better one than mine. Let's do it that way next time. There is scope for that, but if you directly conclude, that scope is gone. So, yeah, these are all implementation aspects. So there is no one way to answer all these questions. But what doesn't change again and again is to check within ourselves. Is the is that assurance that the other wants me to be happy there? Is the other like me? Am I seeing that, or is it gone? This is the point that will bring us back to our right senses and right approach again and again. So this is the hook, I would say. Stick on to these things. The implementation will vary again and again. So yeah, this, at this point, I think I'll briefly mention. I think I need to we'll need to continue on to the next topic. Nice questions there, and I hope I made some sense. Um, so with the trust and respect, which are the fundamental feelings, we move on to affection. So the next one with the trust and respect is affection. So this is a feeling that the other is related to me. So this is often the this is a feeling that like this is my person, um, and like something happens way far away in like Europe or US. Suppose I'm living in India, it doesn't impact us. Like there are floods there or something happens, doesn't impact us more. But whereas if it happens in my community or next door community, we are impacted more, right? Like a news of a flood or a shooting or something like that. Why that happens is we feel related to the people here more than the people somewhere else, and hence this feeling of relatedness. The feeling of relatedness is the affection, the sneh. This is called the sneh bhav. So, and this is on top. I mean, after the trust and respect are ensured, then we have this feeling of affection towards the other. um, and yeah, especially this feeling like is not there is a lack of we notice a lack of this feeling, especially like we see, for example, mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, or son-in-law and father-in-law, these kind of things. There's a, because the relationship of is often based on like the outside family, the person is coming an outsider, there is a sense of outsiderness to some extent. It takes some time to relate and all, right? But that the feeling of relatedness is called as the affection, that the other is related to me. um, so yeah, I just wanted to briefly mention about this, but the main things are the trust and respect, which are the fundamental feelings. And of course there are other ones which we'll go into in detail, uh, but at this point I've already overshot time. I'd like to hand over to Sivagaru to continue on this topic. And yesterday I made a mistake. I didn't introduce Sivagaru, so let me correct that today. So Shivashankar Kanteti, he has quit his Air Force technical job. So he was in Indian Air Force in a technical position, and he quit that to pursue his higher studies in the field of education and psychology. And he worked in various like community-based organizations like Ajim Premji Foundation, and he worked with government teachers, teacher educators, and he's also a resource person for AICTE, Government of Karnataka, and also Ajim Premji Foundation and ISDM, Indian School of Development Management. He founded various social community initiatives on the education side, like an education lab, Viridas Social Impact Solutions, and he's also the co-founder of CHDHC. So with that introduction, so he's done a lot of work in the educating the teachers, is a teacher educator, and works very honestly towards improving the education system. Yeah. So over to Sivagaru for the rest of the session.
Thank you, Suman Garu. So I'll shift. So very good morning, everyone. So before we start, like just I want to stress the few certain things. Whatever we say, please consider it as a proposal. Don't believe it on its face value. Please verify on your own right. In your life, is it making sense or not? It's a process of dialogue between you and yourself. Is that? One second, sorry. So this dialogue should start between you and yourself. If at all end of this workshop, if you remember any of these concepts or not, if this one process started, I think we are succeeded in our 2 days effort. This dialogue is very important. What Sumanji is also saying, this one thing that what really matters to me in my wife and husband relationship, What is my need as a person? Me, I want to be happy. I want to be happy, not for temporarily. It's not that I want to be excited for some time. I want to live with happiness continuously. Where this continuous happiness comes, the proposal is from relationship, from understanding about the relationship and the feelings in relationship. The moment you ask these questions again and again, what matters to me, then naturally you will see that what I am doing right now. Then what is the gap? So that's the thing, sir. Like that's why it's not much about, you need to read so much or that. There is, when the moment you see this reality, what matters to me, then naturally many things unfold. So that's the thing one we're encouraging you to draw your attention to. Second thing, if you see that what we are, since yesterday we are seeing that, we are drawing your attention to your day-to-day, your practices with each other. As a wife, as a husband, how your feeling is towards the other person, your life partner, how your behavior is that. Why this caring, this loving behavior, this friendly behavior is not able to ensure that its continuity? Why I'm not able to ensure it? It's not that we are all doing wrong things every time. The issue is with this continuity. Why that feeling is not there? Why we are doing very differently? Na? That like there is a movie na? That Aparichit. So that person behaves very differently in a very different context. We can see that we ourselves behaving like that. Why we are doing? That's the question again and again we are asking ourselves. So one example, you can see that. Look, if at home, like you and your wife, your husband might be like doing something, like your wife is something holding very hot. You bump to her. And something she's holding, maybe some coffee or some valuable thing, some paint, or take it something, some food item. It got spilled. Immediately, what's the process in head? So careless. What is that? Immediately, what reaction comes with that frustration, with that anger? Are you blind? Andha hai kya? Can't you see it? We do it with children very easily, these things, or at outside people. At home also, depending on that your consequences, you are mindful of it, we use certain words. No? But if immediately, if other person is saying, sorry, yes, actually I didn't see, or like I couldn't see, immediately you may turn back and say that I'm sorry. Hope these things are happening with you at home. Why in one moment so furious, so frustrated and shouting on the other, and next moment say I'm very sorry? What happens most of the times, the damage has already happened. So the reality is that in every event you encounter, especially the closest people, this appraisal we do, that leads to certain emotion and behavior. If this appraisal, this evaluation is conscious, then you do it carefully. What is happening? This appraisal is unconscious now. Hence, immediately we are getting affected by that negative emotion and reactive behavior we are showing it. So what since yesterday we are drawing your attention to is that what you are evaluating in your head, what kind of emotion, that feeling you are carrying, is it constructive to yourself? That behavior, is it adding value to the relationship? These are the two questions we are asking systematically in different forms. This one thing you need to get thing. Is my emotion is in my control? Is my behavior is conscious, responsible? So this is all the effort in the 4 sessions we are trying to drive our attention to. So most of the times our projections lead to this harmful emotions and wrong reactive behavior. So we need to look at this. What is that we are projecting towards the other? Especially in wife and husband relationship, since we are close to each other, there is so much memory of the person. What happens? We are looking at that person today with yesterday's memory. That's why most of the time this wrong projection is happening. Tell me, like I am asking you people, whoever is sitting here, if you are sincere since yesterday morning, there might be some little change in your outview, this worldview. Say yes or no. I'm just frankly, since yesterday morning, is there any small change in your worldview? Say yes. No change, say no. Request everyone to share your answer.
Yes, yes.
Even slightest small point. Okay. I'm waiting that everyone to respond. Like, don't know behind the black screens you are there or not. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Where is responding? But now, if your life partner is seeing you like as she was seeing you yesterday, how you feel? It's not like that. You change little bit. But what we are doing, I think this is one thing we need to ask carefully. Am I operating myself from yesterday's memory, or am I seeing this person afresh, new, today? I think for me, I think that's one thing is helping me, at least in me and my wife thing. Because these bitter memories, how we are stopping them to not interfere with today, how I am interacting. Certain words, really, it's a suicidal kind of thing. You are always like this. You always do like this. But last 3 days, you try to be very careful and very nice to other, and one word, gone. Because let's check that what are the words we are using that is really triggering the other person. So what Sumanji was referring to in that answer, 2 important things he was saying. Are we careful in our wife and husband relationship that how much time you are advocating what you think is right, or how much time you are inquiring that what other is thinking? The balance is there, or most of the time this advocating your own point. So as like conclusion is that if you don't know where other person is, how you can say what you want to say? You have to ask, is talking is happening or saying is happening? Now, there are 2 words, not talking and saying. Generally, in this literature, people say that like when you say something, you are saying to someone. When I'm saying to someone, I need to say in a way that other person gets it. But if I don't know what's happening in their life, what they are okay, what they're not okay, what they're comfortable, not comfortable, how I can say something that really helps the relationship? So that's the clear thing. Are we conscious about the way we are appraising, the way we are evaluating each moment, each behavior? So hence the feelings are like very critical role, the understanding behind these feelings. This understanding helps us to evaluate things as they are, not with our conditioned mind. So that's what we discussed till now. So the summary, what Sumanji was telling is that at least if these three feelings are intact in us, if these three realities, we are able to clearly seeing it, the other is like me, other intents for my happiness, I'm sure about it, unconditionally, there's no conditions, and we are complementary to each other. The moment you see these realities, naturally, this perseverance will come. Like how you people are feeding your child is saying that, no, I don't want to eat. Your child may shout on at you, but still you go behind her. Why? Your child might throw that food, but you go back again, you prepare and you come back to the child. Why? Because you are sure about two things, that I am related to my child, number one. Number two, you are sure that my child doesn't know what is right. I know that he or she needs to feed. Otherwise, he may fall ill. The clarity you are carrying, the purpose you are seeing, that is giving energy to act irrespective of their uncertain behavior. I think it is very, very important, at least this one relationship, wife and husband relationship. So this is the summary. Is any questions or any disagreements till now? You can unmute and share. So don't expect that others' behavior will be always okay. Yes, there will be uncertain behavior. But when you carry, when you filled with this feeling, naturally you take responsibility towards that. You can unmute and ask if any questions. So just confirm me, or you people are there here? Just say yes, why? Type in the chat so that I can show that you people are here. Go ahead, Bhartiji.
Sir, I am Sharath.
Sharadji.
What if the other person says that I don't trust you, I hate you, and doesn't cater to my needs or my wishes, even in spite of my desire to better the relations? What should I do?
What are you saying, sir? Do you have the trust on them?
Yes, I have. I have trust.
You have the feeling of respect?
Yes, I have. And
Do
I have
you
been
accept
trying.
them as they are?
I have been trying all the while from the beginning, but he doesn't accept, or she doesn't accept, and says that I don't trust you. In the face of me, don't trust you, I hate you, and you don't know anything. What I do is right. What you are doing is not right. You have to be online with me. You don't care for your wishes and the things. And you should follow me blindly. Then what should be my reaction?
No, I cannot say what should be your reaction, sir, but I can just draw your attention to the reality. Now, how is your feeling when other person is saying all these things? How is your feeling? Are you also reacting inside when other person is reacting? Or at least you are able to carry this feeling on the other?
I feel rejected.
Okay. So now there is a problem outside and there's also a problem inside, inside you.
Yes.
So there are two possibilities. One is that you give some time to yourself, you purchase some time, you be alone and work on your feeling. Okay. Once you worked on your feeling, then you can go and work with the other. Rather than reacting, other is reacting, you are also reacting. So that's one possibility.
No, I try to be calm and doesn't answer his nagging questions.
You are calm.
Yeah.
Outside. Are you also calm inside? Number one. Or inside there is some sense of hurt, some sense
Yes,
of that negative feeling.
Yes, I'm human.
No, that's why I'm asking, sir.
Yes.
We all are human only.
Yeah.
So when that sense of hurt is there, so now you tell me where the homework starts. Is it outside or inside?
Oh, I'm unable to answer that question.
Think about it, sir. Think about it. There need not to come to any conclusions now.
Yeah.
I want to ask everyone, ask this question sincerely. है ना? ईमानदारी से पूछना. I want to be happy or I am trying to get happiness from my life partner. सुख पाने का चीज है, होने का चीज है.
Both the things.
Proposal is not the both.
It's hona. It definitely hona.
So that's why we say, I want to be happy. You don't say that I want to get happiness. In the language, you see that. If you want to be happy, can I be happy by searching this happiness from others' behavior? If my life partner talks well with me, I'm happy. If my life partner behaves otherwise or saying something otherwise, I am unhappy. What is I'm doing here? What is that I'm doing? Can I ensure this continuity if this is the case? Ask it. Don't conclude it. You ask this question. However my life partner is, how my behavior is, how my feeling is towards her or him. This is the first point. Once I am settled at the feeling level, then I will work with her, because the mutual happiness also is important in a family. It's not that I will leave it how other person is, like how you are not leaving your child. No, let him do whatever he wants to do. No. We'll talk in the evening class, little bit around about it. But think about it. Today, we have 6 hours time. Think about this one question. Am I working to develop this feeling in myself towards my life partner? Or I'm constantly searching that my life partner is not showing this feeling towards me? Where my disappointment, my pain is coming from, where it is coming from? Just ask it. Good. Shall we go ahead?
Sir, I have one question.
Sir, please.
For mutual understanding, if anything is wrong, we need to express things to other person, right? My spouse, right? In such case, she is not ready to accept things and she is not agreeing. In such case, how mutual understanding should be increased and how we can proceed further?
Please come evening session. This is what evening session is about.
Okay.
Okay, we'll discuss about it.
Sure, sir.
At least we ensure that all the critical elements we discuss in these 4 sessions. Okay, let's go ahead. Like any questions, I will take it at the end of the session. Please, I request everyone, if you are working with your life partner is with you, like do it separately, individually. If you are alone, it's okay. Please, everyone, take a pen and paper. Please trust the process I request everyone, just follow the instruction. Let's see what magic it emerges.
I have a question.
I request park your question up to next 20 minutes. Let us
Okay.
do some activity, then we'll go back to questions.
Yeah.
Because we have very less time. Hope, please type yes in the chat box if you are ready with your pen and paper or book. So it's very powerful and very insightful activity. I request trust the process and do it. Don't think much. Great. Others, please quickly take pen and paper. We have to use pen and paper, otherwise it's very difficult to do this activity. Okay. So please draw some circle or some oval shape in the paper. Right there, people contributed to what I am today. Write the same statement in that paper. People contributed to what I am able to do or what I am today. Whoever you are. Okay. And give that arrow marks around that. For each arrow mark, write the name of that person who you think contributed to you in your life to who you are today. For each arrow mark, write the name. Don't use the generic statements, parents, teachers. No, write the particular person name or relationship. Better to write the name if possible. Keep on writing. Keep on, give it an arrow mark and write that person name. Someone might have contributed to you to develop your knowledge and skills that is helping you to earn the money or to live well today. These are just hints for you to populate that box. Keep on writing, don't stop.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Is it like individual name we should write, or can I write it as a group?
Individual names, individual names.
Okay, fine.
You have to remember that particular person and write their name. If you forgot the name, just try to write some indication of that person.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
If it got filled, try to draw another circle and try to start. But push yourself, keep on writing. Recollect who all the people who contributed who you are today and what you are able to do today.
There are so many people and the arrows will not suffice.
Please keep on writing, sir. Please keep on writing.
Okay.
Let the people on the paper Someone might have contributed directly, someone might have contributed indirectly. Keep on writing.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Ha, madam.
Why is this a circle? Why can't it be a list? Is there any reason for that? Because
No, I will
there
tell.
are
I will
many
tell.
circles.
I will
Yeah,
tell.
many
I'll get back.
circles that are getting formed.
Okay, you can stop and look at your sheet. That what you heard, what is emerged, all their names and that. When you look at your sheet, what it is telling to you? Is there any thoughts or immediate insights coming to that thing when you look at it?
Gratitude.
Okay.
Really happy that they were in my life because that has shaped me what I am today.
Okay. Others?
There are so many people who
Yes.
have shaped my life,
Yes.
and others I could remember about 30, 40 names, but there are so many people which names I could not remember.
Okay.
So I am a mixture of all these influences.
Okay. So why a moment ago, like then 4 minutes ago, why these all the names are in your head? Why
Because
only
the
now?
influences.
No, when you consciously, when you're putting, you are remembering that what person contributed what into my life. Now you are able to see many people. Why this list is not in your mind a few minutes ago? Why it's not top of your mind?
Because you have asked me now, I could
Okay.
remember all things.
Okay. I asked you to now. That's why it's there. Okay. What may be other reasons? Anyone? You can unmute.
Awareness.
Okay. In awareness. Okay.
We generally don't think of all the people who have contributed to who we are today.
Guidance.
Okay. So the thing is that the gratitude, it's the feeling that when we see cognitively, someone contributed to my life, either for my living or me to develop or me to excel. This gratitude feeling, it's not saying thanks. It's just this feeling. Thanks is an expression of some feeling. Expression can be without feeling also. But that feeling, it arises in us when first you cognitively need to see it. Emotionally, you need to appreciate it. And willingly, you need to express that gratitude to the other. Together, we are saying Krutagnata Bhav. When all the three happens. Right now, what's happening is that, madam, you rightly said, it's not in our awareness that what other person did to us and how many of these people, how many contributions helped me to do this, to be like this, to live this life, whatever the life you are living. That recognition, conscious recognition, And at the same time, appreciation that yes, that help, if that help is really helped me. And expression. All the three things are critical. Now, let's do another activity. I request everyone, you have to be little focused and sincere. Okay. So think about your life partner. Write down 4 to 5 statements. Why she is important to you, or what are the things you think she contributed to your life. Please write 4 to 5 statements. Since day one of your marriage, if it was a love marriage, you can remember much before the time as well. If you're done, close your eyes. Just observe that feeling, what is coming to your heart. If you're not done, please keep on writing. So you can open your eyes and can share your feeling. What's the feeling it's coming to you when you are writing it, as if you are saying to her or him?
Gratitude, happiness.
Okay. Gratitude, happiness,
Smile.
smile. Okay. I request everyone try to unmute and speak at least now. If you are not silent person, you can speak at least this. You can share your feeling.
Guidance.
Okay. Even you can share in the chat box. Okay. Joy, affection, okay, memories. Okay. Feeling blessed. Okay.
Confidence.
Confidence. Okay. So what you did is a partly you are trying to express in the paper, but generally this expression should be to the person. The beauty is that when you express to the other, first of all, two miracles happen. First, we feel more happy when we express the gratitude. And the beauty is that it helps to strengthen our relationship. Are we doing it? 1 second. So, but what is happening is that somehow, some culturally or somewhere, we feel so uncomfortable to express this with wholeheartedly. And it needs to be a little vulnerable also to express the gratitude fully. For us to really to strengthen our wife and husband relationship, one thing is very, very important: to recognize what other is doing for us, like how easily you did in exercise 1. They are very easy to recognize how many people contributed to your life. You did a big list. But I want to invite you to do the same exercise today at home. How many things your life partner is contributed for your life to make it well or flourish. There are many things maybe other is contributed for the painful things, but can you list down all the things that is contributing for your development and for your life? Can you do this exercise? Do it with honesty, with imandari, we say, with imandari, so you need to take. I want to ask you to reflect on 3 questions today in your thing. Am I putting efforts to feel grateful and to express that feeling to my life partner? Am I in my life with the other person, my life partner, am I able to appreciate the complete picture? What has been done, what not has been done? We are not saying everything is rosy, but am I mostly focusing on what not has been done? Please ask this question. Where are my efforts? Is it to feel grateful and express that gratefulness towards the other person, or keep on expecting that the other person is not grateful to me? Where is my time and effort going on in my head? Think about it today. Today, I request, if you are participating this only will complete by doing these 3 reflective exercises. We are sharing 3 videos, 3 small, very short videos. You individually watch this video 1, watch it. It's a 5 minutes, around 10 minutes, 5 minutes videos. Then ask yourself what I want to do differently from today onwards. Write your reflection. Watch second video. Again, ask this question: what I want to do differently from today onwards. Write your reflection. Then watch the third video. 3 videos. I request you share your reflection in the group. Believe me, it is really energizes everyone's life. I request everyone to share. If you are not comfortable in typing, do a voice message. But in the WhatsApp group today, we expect all 40 people to do this homework and before coming to next class. You just trust the process, do it, miracle will happen. I can promise that. You just trust the process and do it. So with this, I'm stopping it here for the today class. So please think about what it means to be conscious and to see the life partner's contribution to your life. and see that how it makes you feel today. So formally, I'm stopping it here. If any questions I will take, there are a few questions I parked it. Otherwise, if anyone had to rush, you can leave. Sir, someone I stopped you before. Someone has a question. We can ask now. You can unmute and ask.
యాక్చువల్లీ ఇప్పటి వరకు జరిగేది ఏంటంటే టేక్ ఇట్ గ్రాంటెడ్ గా తీసుకుంటాం సార్ చాలా వరకు యాక్చువల్గా టేక్ ఇట్ భార్య ఉంటే భార్య ఉంటే వంట చేయాలంతే, ఇట్ ఈస్ హర్ డ్యూటీ అన్నట్టు. భర్త అయితే సంపాదించి తీసుకురావాలి, ఇట్ ఈస్ హిజ్ డ్యూటీ అన్నట్టు అలాగ ఉంటుంది. కానీ ఒకరికొకరు ఎప్రిసియేషన్ అనేది దట్ ఈస్ గ్రాట్యుయేట్ ఇస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ యాక్చువల్గా. ఇట్ విల్ యాక్చువల్గా మోటివేట్ దెమ్ టు డూ మోర్ అనేసి తర్వాత బాగుంటుంది.
Yes, sir. Yes. And we see that like Corona also is a very small thing. Na? If you neglect it, we'll get effect. Na? These minor small things are very important. But the moment you see that right now we are busy. Na? We are busy in our head. Don't have time and commitment to see things, what's happening in our own life. That's why this activity is that only. Just sit and write what all the things one is contributing to our 24 hours of thing, our life. Let's just do this activity and we'll realize that. The 3 videos may draw your attention, few more things. And I request everyone, please do some less time to your TV, your mobile or that, but do it. So it helps you. But little honesty also is important. That imandari na, in Hindi we say, that is very important to do this exercise. Good. If you don't have any questions, we will stop it here. Thank you very much. Please join on time, evening, because today is the last session. Please plan to be there for 15 minutes more than the scheduled time, so that today we will listen for even your insights and that. So, Amita Sharma ji, please go ahead.